Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 18th, 2022 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. How will Pisces be affected by the March 18th, 2022 full moon? We have the Empress and we have the Ace of Wands. I really do love that. So, okay, for somebody, if you're trying to get pregnant, this is a fantastic time for that. All right, so that's just for whomever that resonates with. But there is also this energy of creative cultivation and of a claiming of a power, a claiming of what we desire as we're moving forward. So this is going to be astoundingly beautiful for us. There's also, with the Ace of Wands, this is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift, a passion, of creativity, of insight, of ideas. This is a time where we're pregnant with possibilities. We have so much within us that is kind of bursting to come forward, that is kind of, really wanting to step into the light. Now, let us look at the energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the Lord. Okay, so this is Aries energy, but this is also the energy of somebody who's very domineering. It is my way or no way. So we're going to have to be very mindful of this because this is the Emperor, right? The Emperor, and we have the Empress. So we have this energy coming through where this could be a soulmate connection, not in that way that this is the love of my life and we're always going to be together, but this person is going to test my soul. This person is going to push me in a way that is uncomfortable, that I don't like, but has me realizing more of my potential, more of who I am than I have before. So this could be somebody from the past that, we had a relationship with and we have that energy coming forward today. It's like, okay, why did I have to go through that? But we're also claiming now our voice and our space. There's also somebody here who's an artist, a paintbrush, a sense of creation. It's like you need to create this out of you. And there's some sort of you need to sit in music, you need to sit in meditation before you start to create, because it's going to lead you on a direction and in a way that is like, oh, I didn't know that that's the way I wanted to say it. So it's either, I see it very much with a paintbrush, but it can also be a writer, it could be a pen, it could be, yeah, there's just some sort of creative flow of energy that is coming forward. And it comes, it comes with the hand and it goes like this. So to embrace that, that's what Spirit is showing me. To embrace that is going to be so fantastic. Let's see the chakra energy that we need to be aware of during this time. Angels and spirit guides. This is psychic development. That makes a lot of sense with the astrological alignment that we have. We have the moon trine Pluto. The moon trine Pluto brings our emotions to the forefront, Pisces. And what happens is that during this time, it makes us empathic almost. And especially if we are empathic, we're going to be feeling things so intensely that it is going to be very, very powerful. And we're going to be very in tune, not only to our own emotions, but to the emotions of the world around us. So being aware of that during this time is really going to help us. This is the third eye chakra. This is an opening up of ideas and instincts and stepping into our power and what we want and what's important. It leads us to the fact that this full moon is in Virgo, and the full moon in Virgo says you are good enough. And that's so powerful for us to say, I am enough. I am stepping forward here. This is the way that I'm expressing myself. This is what I'm going after. And really embracing that power is going to be a game changer for us. Now let's see. Let's go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Emperor. Okay, I love it. We have the Messenger of Fire, the Knight of Fire, and the Five of Cups. So we have that soulmate connection coming through again. And this can be why the Emperor comes up as something we have to be mindful of. A soulmate connection that we have to be mindful of, because we're having a soulmate connection come in. And the last soulmate connection that we had, it wasn't that good. It was like, wow, I don't want to repeat that. But this energy is coming in. And because they're from different decks, right, we're not going to see this. Excuse me. We're not going to see this as quickly as if it was in the same deck. If it was in the same deck, it would be like Cupid struck me with an arrow, or I was absolutely inspired. Now, because they're different decks, it's like, well, is this, am I making something out of nothing? You know, do I want to go down that road again? So that's going to be an important, distinction of this time here, Pisces. We can also be meeting somebody and it could be like, wow, I know you. And we never met them before, but we feel such a strong connection. And we kind of pull back because of it, because we're like, wait a minute, this is weird. So just be mindful of this during this time. And especially since we have two connections, one is going to be astoundingly positive, the other not so much, that we have to be aware of. There's also a sense of, I need to embrace my authority, my assuredness, what I want, where I'm headed, where I want to be for me. It leads us to this place where we start to look at things very differently than we've looked at things before. And we've been kind of focusing on what isn't. And Spirit is saying here, change your mind, change your life. Look the other direction. Something has been monopolizing so much of our time, so much of our effort, so much of ourselves, that it's like, ooh, okay, but if I turn away from it, it might not go the way I want it to. And Spirit's saying it's not going the way you want it to anyway. So if we turn towards where we need to be, we're going to be very surprised. We're going to turn and think, okay, maybe I'm turning away in defeat, or, I'm just frustrated, I'm walking away, and we kind of trip over a blessing that comes forward. The Knight of Wands is this energy of passion. It's this energy of creation. It's this energy of determination. And that's around us. And, I just keep on focusing on the candles around her head. One, because it's enchanting. And two, because there's an illumination that's coming around our mind during this time. And it's like, I can be completely different. I can look outside of the box. I can open up the door and move forward in a way that's right for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be right for everybody else. But if it is right for me, that's going to be a powerful way to move me forward, to embrace what it is that I want, to open up that door. It's almost a sense of, I'm not pretending to be somebody I'm not anymore. As I claim me, I move forward in this passion. I move forward in this fire. There's somebody who helps us. We're going to be very connected. I don't know if this is a fire sign energy, but this is a spunky person. I mean, this is a person who thinks outside of the box, goes to the beat of their own drum, likes to dance in the rain. I really actually see them dancing in the rain. So this is a person who just has a whimsy to them. And Pisces, we love that. We just love that. So we need to connect with that. That needs to be like one of our people not only during this time, but just that needs to be one of our people. Now we also have to understand here, Pisces, that we have the moon opposite Neptune, astrologically speaking, and Neptune is right next to the sun. This is important for us. This is hugely important for us. We are ruled by Neptune, all right? And Neptune being right next to the sun is the life giver, right? So this amplifies Neptune to the next level. Neptune is all about the dream world. It's all about the spiritual world. Pisces is represented by two fish swimming in different directions, right? So you have one fish going this way, one fish going that way. We have the pull of the waking world and the pull of the dream world, the spiritual world. That's what we live in a constant conflict with. This is a time where the dream world is so profound. And here it is the spiritual opening us up to us. The dream world, the spiritual, what our hearts long for. This connects us with the moon, which is also super important to us, Pisces, because we're ruled by the moon in the tarot. The tarot, we are represented by the moon. The moon is all about our subconscious. It's all about how we innately interact with our surroundings. It's all about our sensitivity and our feelings, our childhood, the nurturing energies of those who raised us and cultivated us. And here we have ourselves stepping into this power, stepping into a spiritual space, and needing to let ourselves shine, needing to embrace our hearts and our souls and what we're bringing forward into the world, so that we can, just open up the door, so that we can avoid destruction and disaster and devastation, not only on an individual level, but on a global level. It brings us then to going deeper. It brings us to angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. It brings us to the Queen of Wands, the Five of Cups again, and the Three of Pentacles. So the Five of Cups we have repeated. There is a sense here that we will focus on the negative instead of the positive. And that's what we'll do. We'll have a tendency during this time to say, oh my gosh, look at this. And it's like looking at the spilt milk and being like, it's a disaster, instead of cleaning up the spilt milk and saying, okay, now we move on. Because once we find that we're proactive towards whatever is going on, even if it's just, I'm not letting it rule my head all the time, all of a sudden we start to feel better. We start to feel more positive. We're turning around and we're seeing a blessing. We're cultivating a way forward. There's a passion here. There's a fire here. I mean, we're taking this gift of the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is that creation, that cultivation, that fire that inspires. We're taking the gift, but again, we don't feel like we are, because they're not in the same deck. So we're going to think, oh, wow, I still have so long to go and I can't believe I'm so foolish, or whatever. And Spirit's saying here, no, you're taking it. Don't be so hard on yourself. We are going to be moving forward. We're embracing a new dawn and a new day. There's, again, somebody, and you would call them like your little sprite or pixie or something. Like, this person is just a little bit of mischief. I don't know if they're an old soul and they're a child, but there is this real sense of, I'm embracing this energy that is around me. I'm letting it shine because I need it to shine within me. And we're going to find that we're really drawn to this person. And it brings us to a place where we're working really hard. We're working really hard for security. We're working really hard for that sense of stability within our own lives. This person helps us because of their whimsy, because of their way of looking outside of the box. And it could just be us. It could be, the simple message that Spirit is trying to say here is like, dance in the rain, or, just have fun, just start laughing, just start doing things that are silly and freeing, because you're going to find that it inspires you in unbelievable ways. It starts to open up the doors and you're like, oh, well, I can do this and I can do that. And I can now, break down this barrier. And all of a sudden I get to be. And then it brings us to go deeper. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Yeah, there we are. There's the moon and the hermit. Virgo, right? So the moon is in Virgo. And this is a time where this moon sings to us. This moon calls us. And this might be a time where we decide, I'm going to dance under the moon. I'm going to just let myself be free, let myself express. This moon is everything, because there is some sort of creative barrier that is broken. There is a barrier that tumbles down. And we start to say, well, why not? Why can't I? And it doesn't have to be in a way that makes us a lot of money. It doesn't have to be in a way that anybody else understands. This is in a way that it's like, why can't I move forward and be me? The moon shows us our dreams. It does. We turn inward with this moon. We're guided by the star. We're guided by our dreams. We're guided by what we desire. And if we look at it openly and honestly during this time, we're going to see our identity, our person, the very essence of ourselves shining down on us during this moon, guiding us forward. And is it going to be overwhelming? Yeah, it can very well be. Is it going to be absolutely beautiful? Yeah. Yeah, it is. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Oh, no, I want to start with this one. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So the masculine. Sovereignty, which is the queen of the moon. So the masculine and the feminine coming forward. Self-love and assessing. Ah, I like it. We then have angels. Ooh, goodness. Ooh, as I almost drop everything. Okay. So here we have you and your loved ones are safe. Your hard work pays off. Conclusions are within reach. Emotions are running high. And then we have 3 extra cards. Expect powerful change. Adjustments are required. Surrender to the divine. Okay? Let's start off with the story that the moon is telling. The masculine. You and your loved ones are safe. The energy to protect, the energy to secure, that energy is coming from the moon during this time. And it's saying you're safe. It's saying embrace safety, embrace security, embrace, this understanding of who we are, because we are going to be protected. We are moving forward in a protection. It moves us then to the sovereignty. And our sovereignty is that our hard work is paying off. This is the queen of the moon. This is what we are dedicated to, how we are moving forward. Our hard work is paying off, and it's becoming a game changer for us. Self-love is so important because the conclusions are within reach. What we have to do is we have to start accepting ourselves, loving ourselves, being guided with our hearts and our souls. Assessing. We need to assess our emotions before we get carried away with them, because emotions are running high. We need to assess. We need to look at. We need to kind of step back and say, okay, before being reactionary, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I need. This is what I want. Okay, now I react. It brings us to this place, the new moon, right? The new moon eclipse energy here is expect powerful change. And so here, it's like the doors are going to open. We're going to be looking at things so differently than we've seen them before. Expect powerful change. We're from the time of this new moon, from the time of this full moon, okay, to the new moon, there's going to be powerful change. There's going to be powerful development. And it brings adjustments are required. We need to make adjustments so that we can let in these blessings, so that we can open up the door, because by doing so, we are surrendering to the divine. We are surrendering to a higher power, the sacred masculine, the sacred feminine of the moon, of the light of the sun, reflecting off of the moon, and the power that drives us, the power that sees us. So here we surrender to the divine. We surrender to the essence of ourselves. We open up the door, and that becomes the game changer. Is that we're not trying to control everything. We're not saying, okay, I need to see it. The whole expression of this reading has been let freedom in. Be free, be creative, be, flamboyantly individual. I just remember I went to Catholic school for a while, and there was this one nun that said the only problem with me is that I was too flamboyant. And I remember thinking that was the best compliment I ever got. So just somebody's going to diss you, because that came through her voice. Sister Frances was her name. Her voice came through so loudly that it's like they think it's a compliment. They think it's an insult. They think that they're, telling you off. It's one of the best compliments you'll ever get. So let yourself shine. Let yourself be you. Not everybody's going to get it. Not everybody needs to. It moves us then to will. Will. Nothing is set in stone. Will you understand that nothing is set in stone? Will there be a power in the fact that nothing is set in stone? It brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that is the 3 of Swords. Our heartbreaks, our pains, and disappointments are going to get in our own way. We're going to trip ourselves up. Will we be aware of that? Will we name them? Will we say, you don't get to have power over me anymore? It brings us then to our subconscious chakra energy, which is truth. We're balancing our world. We're speaking the truth. We're embracing our truth. And we're saying, this is what I need. This is what I want. This is who I am. This is the truth of me. It brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Page of Cups. We are the student of ourselves. We're represented by the cups in the minor arcana, by the moon in the major arcana. Here, we embrace our love, who we are. We are finding inspiration in the most unlikely of places. We're embracing a freedom we didn't know we needed. And we're letting ourselves shine by embracing the child and letting the giggles out, letting the glee out, letting beauty come forward. Maybe for the first time in a really long time. It then moves us to the Lovers. Gemini energy. Duality is going to be part of this time. The swimming of the fish one way and the swimming of the fish the other. There's a sense of conflict and insight and ideas. And do I love this? And do I move this way? And is this where I need to be? And is this what I want? And a lot of questions come up. And it's like, follow your heart. Follow your heart. Embrace your soul. Embrace what it is that's important to you. Because it leads us then to the Death card. The dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. It leads us to a place that tells a story. Because we've been through it. We've been through a lot. And it tells a story of where we need to be and where we're headed and what we desire. We're seeing ourselves transform. We're embracing a transformation that guides us, that connects with us, that is an absolute part of us. And it's going to be a sense of, oh, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know I needed to transform. I didn't know I needed to be there. I didn't know that door could open. And then it brings us to the Queen of Swords. Gemini energy enhanced because swords represent Geminis, right? But also air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There is an energy here of cutting through the nonsense, the bull, the discord, a claiming of what we've worked so hard for, and a sense of, this is where I'm headed. You know, this is what I am. And there's a person around us. It's not necessarily us, Pisces. We can be a little bit more like chill about things or not as confident, but there's a person around us who's like, this is what you're doing, go and do it now, you know, type of thing. I see it as a female energy, but also very masculine. So, you know, take that as you may, but there is this energy around us of like, this is what you need. Listen, because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how supportive this person is, but also how much of a, like, you know, kick in the tush this person can give us. I like her. Okay. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces, and may you have a blessed moon.